Hello everyone, welcome. This is Roland. I'm making a little video today. Haven't made any recently, but here's one for you. I want to talk about divine dependence, and I want to begin by reading from one of my favorite little books called Experiencing God Through Prayer, an English translation of Madame Guyon's A Short and Easy Method of Prayer. And she says, I quote, "I hope you have understood my emphasis thus far of learning to rely on God for even the slightest spiritual activity. It certainly is not my intention to promote a lazy, dull existence. Our highest form of activity is to press on into a total dependence on the Spirit of God." And then she quotes from Acts, where it says, "For in him we live and move and have our being." So, can you understand that any action outside of being in God is a form of ambition? It's a form of ambition. And so, for example, when I put the camera and the microphone on, I have to say what comes to me in the moment. I cannot have pre-planned what I'm going to say. Yeah, in this case, I did know I wanted to read a little something from Madame Guyon, but that would simply be like a little catalyst to get it started. Do you understand? A little something. Did you notice I didn't read very much? Just a little bit. In fact, I could have stopped after the first sentence. I probably should have. She says, "I hope you have understood my emphasis thus far of learning to rely on God for even the slightest spiritual activity." So, when your child is there, or your spouse, or your partner, or anyone really, and they ask you a question, or there's an issue, you should always check with your conscience. Pause for a heartbeat and check with your conscience. And if something comes to you, then that's what you're to say. If nothing comes to you, then there's nothing to say. Do you understand? If it's fresh, if it's spontaneous, and if you're moved by the Spirit, and the way you do that is simply to acknowledge that you don't know. Acknowledge that you don't know, but you want to know the right thing to say or do, but you don't know what it is, and just acknowledge that. And then you feel totally helpless, inadequate, and then something comes. Now, sometimes things resolve themselves. Sometimes you don't. There's nothing comes to you to do, and then you don't do anything, and you wait, and a week and a month go by, and all of a sudden the issue resolves itself, or it resolves itself right away. So I'm trying to say you must rely totally upon your Creator for intuitive guidance. And I think that's right. Now, if you have to go get new tires, okay, you can see which place is recommended by someone, or which one has a good deal on tires. I mean, that's okay. But even there, intuition can come into play. You may go there, and then all of a sudden you notice that they're not totally honest. They say one thing but give you another, or they're covering something up, and then you just don't go there. Or you have to go to the dentist. Like when I had to go to the dentist, I waited. It wasn't some emergency thing, but I needed to have some work done. I waited months, and I looked, and I searched a little bit, and I did research, and I talked to people, and I went on the internet, and then I made an appointment with one person. Then, no, I don't think so. And then finally, I found, or it was found for me, the right dentist, the one who was honest, who had good skill. You see, so it's that way in life. You need to rely upon God for everything, but especially, you know, the important things in life are not where you get your tires. The important thing in life is relating to your child, your partner, your neighbor, your coworker. See, your parents, those relationships, for them to be right, you must first rely upon God and look to Him for guidance. Then you'll know the measure of giving and withholding. And what you say will be right. So in every little thing, I said on a recent radio show that I made, let me mention, I haven't been making a lot of these lately, but I do have my radio program every week. Sometimes I put the radio program here on YouTube as a slideshow. In other words, you get the audio from the radio program with a slideshow, and that's nice. But if you want the radio program every week, I think we put it up on the website, usually Saturday morning. So every Saturday afternoon, there'll be a new radio program. And the radio programs are very good. I talk about exactly the same thing I'm talking about here. But there's a little music. My son plays the piano. So there's a little music. And it's nice, very nice. So it would be nice for you to listen. And it is on podcast too. SoundCloud, I think. And also iTunes. Or whatever they call it now. So I want you to take advantage of that. And the other thing you should take advantage of is my books. Look, if you can sense when you come to my channel, if you can sense that I'm coming from a good place, then it might be good for you to also get the meditation. Did you know? You may not know. You like Madame Guyon. You like talks about finding the presence of God or about serenity or something like that. But did you know that I have a very nice little meditation? And I know that Madame Guyon would be perfectly fine with it. She would say, yes, that's what I'm also trying to show people. And you have a little meditation that helps them. It's perfect. I wish I had had it, she would say. She would say, I wish this little meditation had come through me. But she probably does something like it. But she just didn't write about it. What is it but sitting still, becoming aware of the moment, getting out of thought, closing your eyes, and looking at the little pixels of light on the inside of your eyelids, being aware of your hands, and communing with the Spirit. A little bit in the morning, noon, and evening. See? And then you take that out into the world. And you have a slightly distant feeling. Yeah, you're still a mom or a dad or a student or whatever you are, but just not too close. Not too emotionally involved. Not pulled into things. You see what I mean? So yes, I want to mention my books are on Amazon. A lot of them. My recent books, can't even think of the name of them. They're so good. And they're available in quality paperback and also Kindle. They're really, really good. You could, just the way I read a little bit of Madame Guyon, you could get one of my books. And in the morning, get a cup of coffee and go sit quietly and read a little bit until you realize something. And then take that with you throughout the day. And it'll lead to more realizations based upon that one. You see what I mean? So you're a little better off. And it becomes a part of your life somehow. It's amazing. So you need to You need to be led by God. Look now. Look around the world. Look at the bullies. The bullies, the people who you thought were nice, who said that they were there to help you and serve you. They're bullies. Bullies. They have no understanding. They have no love. But there are brave people. I see them on, I watch, for example, I like to watch Worldview Weekend with Brian House. Very good. Or Brian, I think, House. Worldview Weekend TV. He also has a radio program every day on the VCY radio network. You can find it, Worldview Weekend TV. And I also like the Health Ranger. He has his videos on Guyon. And you can find some of the enlightened people on, on Rumble. You can find them, and it's beautiful. They're like a breath of fresh air. Very noble people, and they want you to be free. And so you'll find them. You'll recognize that the good spirit in them. But are we surprised that the ones who we thought we knew they were, well, we kind of knew they were greedy in the first place, didn't we? And we found out through experience, our own or a family member, we found out that often they didn't have any understanding. They didn't have common sense. You discovered that. Well, so are you surprised now? See, you're not surprised. So what you must learn to do is to meditate and dwell upon, was it Paul that said that you should think upon things? Oh, it was such a beautiful quote. Think upon things that are above. Things above, where Christ dwells at the right hand of God. Think upon noble things, good things, and live those, mostly by being patient with other people. Realize that they're lost. Now, many of the people who are currently bullying, they don't have any understanding. Don't resent them, because many of them are just in a sort of a trance. And one day they'll wake up and they'll say, oh my God. You see what I mean? They'll wake up. So don't resent them. Just find your own way. Find your way and think upon things above. Be there for your family, and it's beautiful. So my books are good. My meditation is very good. I have a 4-part meditation, and it's free. So you go to sheddingshackles.com or sheddingshackles.org. No, sheddingshackles.com, sheddingshackles.org, or sheddingshackles.us. Any of them. Shedding Shackles. And the books are there. The radio programs are there. Everything's there. And some other stuff, articles. And so, please. And if I'm not making a video, if you have subscribed and there's no new video there, just realize that, I'm making my programs. You can listen in to my program every week.